They just go hard.
I promise y'all, it's like
Check, check, check. Check, check. Check, check, check. All right. So after this, I guess the next track we're gonna go ahead and get into this class. Uh, is- check, 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 check. He's out there. Good. Check, check, check. Check, 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 check. Can you hear me? Give me a check on the microphone.
Check, check. Check, check.
Check the YouTube and the Facebook for me. Check, check, check. 1, 2. If you tune in, turn it up a little more on the main one, Kawal. Come on, yeah. Check, check, check. If you tune in on the YouTube or the Facebook, give me, huh? It's good on the YouTube, the water. If y'all tune in on YouTube, give me put a 1 in the chat box. Let's make sure we got everybody that's tuned in the Facebook as well. Y'all please go ahead and share. Salakia, comment, like, subscribe, share. We're gonna start this thing off right. Brotherhood class in the house tonight. It's not letting you do it.
No, it's letting me. I had to go and change the
Settings again, it's still doing that. That explains it all. Well, of course, the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. You know, right. I mean, what you expect. All right. That's right. We too hard. We good? All right, let's get a Lord a hand, man. Once again, with the I.S.U.P.K, star the 1 West, 125th Street, Hall, New York, operating up under Commander General YAHANNA. We are not affiliated with anyone. If you're not in I.S.U.P.K, you are not in the truth. Across this earth tonight, like true 1 West fashion, we'll be going into the Brotherhood scriptures to cover brotherhood and sisterhood. And when we say brotherhood, just so y'all know, brotherhood is synonymous with what? Sisterhood, right? So we're gonna tap into brotherhood and sisterhood, and we're gonna, Lord willing, through the Spirit of Most High in Christ, we'll be able to teach this lesson so we can get closer as brothers and sisters in this truth and do this work of the Lord, man. This time of the year, most people get caught up in this so-called holiday season, if I may, right? So what season, man? What season am I talking about? So like, you might have to share the mic with the sister, Bible, for sure. So when we talk about this holiday season, what holiday season would I be preferring to, if I may?
Oh, so I'll hit it up. The Christmas season.
Here's down, so 3. Say again.
Christmas season.
Christmas, right? So so what is it about Christmas that our people are drawn to? What is it about Christmas that our people are drawn to? When I say our people, I'm talking about who? The so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. What is it about Christmas that we are drawn to? What is it?
So, like, I don't know if I may.
Come on.
I would say the gift giving. You know, we're dealing with people that where resources have been intentionally withheld. You know, and our lives are a continual oppression. That's what we deal with. So to get a break from the slavery, you know, and everybody's in the spirit of generosity, you know, it's we talked about seeking palliatives, things that make us feel good. And that's what this Christmas season, this Christmas spirit is. It's a spirit of feeling good and overindulgence.
Right.
So like it.
Right. So our people suffer with the idea of it's they call it FOMO, if I may. You ever heard of the acronym FOMO? Anybody ever heard the acronym of FOMO? Fear of missing out. Look that up for me, Bible. Somebody look up FOMO for me. Like I said, we're gonna get into the Brotherhood scriptures, Bible Kashar, Spirit of the Most High in Christ, Lord willing. But we're gonna try to break this thing down and teach our people tonight that Christmas goes against the Lord. You understand? This season actually goes against the Lord if it's not outside of our feast days, right? So when we talk about the spirit of Christmas and where it comes from and why so many people suffer this time of year, when I say suffering, you have a lot of people who deal with a lot of suicides. You have a lot of people who recall on maybe missing family members, you know what I'm saying, suffering, like a loved one that has passed and you share some memories with this time of year. You know what I'm saying? You got friends and family who you haven't seen them all year. So the oppressor, you're slaving day in and day out. So this is the only time the oppressor lets you go free and roam, and because he's roaming and going free as well, right? So, but this is what I want to get into, because Christmas, the spirit of Christmas is FOMO, and it's also it goes against the Most High. All right, come on, you got FOMO for me?
Khan, Salak, I don't know if I may. Merriam-Webster's online dictionary. FOMO as a noun, FOMO. Fear of missing out, fear of not being included in something, such as an interesting or enjoyable activity that others are experiencing.
Good night.
I got a second definition.
Come on with it.
It's fear of missing out. The FOMO, the fear of missing out is the feeling of apprehension that one is either not in the know or missing out on information, events, experiences, or life decisions that could make one's life better.
Ain't that something? That's Christmas right there in a nutshell. When you think about Christmas and the thing that our people suffer from, it's always like this thing of, I wish I had what they had. How did they get it, right? We're always looking at that part of when we talk about life. You see somebody make a come up off something and they show it to you. So what do you tend to do? You tend to gravitate towards that thing that you see somebody else enjoying, correct? So when you see Christmas, what do you think the Macy's Day Parade allows us to do? You see everybody smiling and waving the balloons and all that. What goes through your mind when you was in the world, Salakia? What runs through your mind? Come on with it, Kawal.
Like, I wish I was there. It looks
right.
fun.
It looks fun. Yeah. Come on, y'all gotta talk to this. We gonna talk tonight, right? We in the memorial feast of YAHANNA right now. This is an 8-day party that the Lord set aside for the children of Israel. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna party, you understand? So I want to get into the spirit of breaking down, like us getting away from what the world says is okay, and we gravitate more to what the Lord said we should do as a nation of people. There's a clear distinction, right? There's a difference. And in this world, we also get caught up in the feeling of what everybody else is doing, what we're supposed to be doing. Like when you come into this truth, you have to learn how to suffer and endure things that most people would find fun to do. That is the sacrifice. We don't sacrifice burnt offerings anymore. The sacrifice comes with you doing what you're supposed to do, what thus says the Lord, with your time. Make sense what I'm saying? So that way you don't have that spirit of what? FOMO. You know how many times that they place that honey baked ham with the extra glaze in the not the 2 pineapples, but the 4 pineapples. Huh? And it's almost like you're salivating when you're looking at the screen, right? You're like, man, that look good. And you see, like Kawal said, they all gathered around, and you see everybody wearing the ugly sweater contest, right? Everybody, I brought the ugly sweater. You fear missing out, but that missing out goes against the Lord, okay? You understand? So we talk about what we celebrate. We should celebrate what thus says the Lord said it's okay for us to celebrate. You understand? And that's what we have to be at when we talk about serving the Lord. It cannot be about what you're missing. It has to be about what our people is missing. You understand? What the Lord wants me to do. You can find all type of reasons to go and search out what it is you want, right? That's what the world is filled with. The world is filled with people chasing after what they want. Right. How many people are chasing after what the Lord wants? How many Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians are really seeking after what the Most High wants? Do we even know? Our whole lives, we really don't know the whole truth about what is it that God wants for you. What is your purpose when you talk about the Most High? Right? And that's what we all struggle with not understanding that purpose when we talk about what is it that the Most High wants from us, okay? And Lord willing, tonight we're going to get into a couple things that really go into these scriptures and understand what is it that the Most High wants from us. So with that being said, let's go to Amos 5:21, Baba Kashaw. We're going to start with Amos 5:21, and we're going to go through these scriptures. And Lord willing, we're going to break this thing down so we can understand what we're supposed to be doing. and get rid of that spirit of FOMO, okay? You understand? We want to get rid of man, I'm missing such and such and such. You're not missing anything, all right? So who got it for me?
This the book of
Concert.
eight.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21.
I want you to read it.
Oh,
Read it. I want you to read it. You know what I'm saying? Strong all the way, brother. Come on, let's go.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21.
There you go.
I despise your feast days,
Mm-hmm.
and I would not smell in your solemn assemblies.
Oh my goodness. The Lord said, I hate, right? Why? Well, Christians out there that are listening, I thought hate wasn't in the Bible. So why is the Lord saying I hate right here in this scripture? Read it again.
I despise your feast days.
So why is the Lord saying I despise your feast days, right? Why is the Most High saying this? What is this? Come on, let's go. Off the top. First thing come to your mind. Why the Lord saying it? Come on, Kawal.
Because it says your feast days.
Uh-huh.
And it's not Most High's. He said he hates it.
Right.
He already laid down. We already have feast days.
Come.
We're one of them.
Uh-huh.
He hates your feast days.
Right. So the Most High is showing a distinction between the two. Like he's saying he hate them, right? So let's understand what do you think hate means, sis? Baba Kushar. What is the word hate? When the Lord says I hate, what is he saying when he say this? Come on. The mic right there. Come on, let's go. Let's go. The mic right there. Let's go.
Shalom, sir.
Shalom.
It means that he's against it.
He's against it. Well, okay, so when you're against something, what do?
Stay away from it.
You what?
Stay away from it.
So the Lord say, give her a hand, you know what I'm saying? Most High in Christ. You stay away from it, meaning you what? You separate from it, right? When you separate from something, what do? You remove anything good that you want to happen to it or about it or in it, correct? So that's separation. So what's your least favorite food on earth? What's your least favorite food? What's the food if I gave you like, nah, I hate that, Officer Zion? What would you say? What's that? What if I gave you something, you'd be like, oh, I hate that food. What would that thing be? Sweet peas?
I love sweet peas.
Look at that. What, cauliflower or something?
Okay, yes,
A cauliflower, right?
Cauliflower.
So if I gave you a whole bowl of cauliflower, right? Would you eat it? You would say loud, right?
I would probably say no, thank you.
Right. You probably say you because what you like, no, thank you. So you will what? Completely remove yourself from it, right? That's a food that you necessarily what? Hate, right? Hate meaning to separate. It's like you.
Read from the top again, brother.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I despise your feast days,
That's right. Go ahead.
and I would not smell in your solemn assemblies.
You know what?
In your solemn assemblies.
Your solemn assemblies, right? Well, Zion was just saying, stepped out for a minute. I'll hold it down until he gets back. You understand? He said, if you hate something, that means you do what? You separate from it.
Right.
You know, Slakia, I'm Officer Kowal, Officer 1000 Kowal, Howard. I'm stepping if I was Zion real quick. You separate from it, right? Meaning what? What do we know as hate here in America? When we think about hate, the oppressor has taught us how to hate. Meaning what? Like, you ever seen somebody being lynched? You ever seen those pictures of Negroes hanging from a tree swinging? That's what the oppressor does when he hates somebody. He takes up violence. He puts crack in your neighborhoods. You understand? He puts abortion clinics. He gives you, he gives the so-called Native American Indians on reservations heroin and alcohol till they drown in it. His version of hate is very direct. So as blacks and Hispanics, Native American Indians, we learn how to hate through the eyes of the oppressor. The Most High God is different. The righteous version of hate is to separate from that thing. That's what we do in I.S.U.P.K. We go on the street corners. We call the so-called oppressor the devil. We talk about, oppression in America. We talk about hating the one who kills us. But do you see us go take up weapons and shoot them? Do you see us burning crosses in their yard? When's the last time you heard the I.S.U.P.K lynching anybody? You won't hear that because we really understand what hatred is. That means to separate from our enemies, right? And that's what the Most High God is saying. Read on.
Verse 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings.
And your what offerings?
Meat
Sound like
offerings.
Thanksgiving and Christmas to me, all the holidays.
I would not accept them.
Right.
Neither will I regard the peace offering of your fat beast. Oh shit,
Salakia. Woo. The work, right? You know what I'm saying? So where we at? We are where we stop at? I hate, right? So we talk about hate, the hate that the example that I just gave to the Sister Barbara, right? When we talk about hate, we were talking about cauliflower, right? So we talking about being able to separate, right? That's hatred according to the Bible, right? But when you talk about hatred according to America, what comes to your mind? Come on, Quadon. Pass the mic back.
So, like I said, if I may, hate according to America is rape, rob, pillage, and murder.
Right.
Like, everything we've went through in America that we forego slavery.
Uh-huh. Come on, sis. Use the mic.
The Brotherhood always tells the Brotherhood, don't sleep with your brother's wife. If you do, that's a form of hate.
Right. So when we talk about hate according to how America does it, right? We're talking about a form of what? Terror, man. We associate hate with being terrorized because that's what we've experienced. We look at the hate through the oppressor lenses, right? Not through the Most High lens, right? The hate that they show us start with Tamir Rice. The hate that they show us with what's my brother that they drug? Emmett Till. Those are the hate that we experience is, you know, the laws of America that excludes people who established America. You understand? We talk about hate on a whole nother level that a lot of us experience. So when we say hate, we first thing to go to our mind is terror, like being afraid. You understand? But according to the Bible, when we talk about hate, it's just simply being able to separate yourself from something. And the Most High is in his verse saying he is separating himself from what? Read that verse again.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21.
Go ahead.
I hate, I despise your feast days.
So the Lord is separating himself from what? The what? Come on. These feast days, right? The Lord is saying he is separating from whose feast days? Your feast days, not mine. You understand? Read on, Baba Kusha.
And I would not smell in your solemn assemblies.
What is this saying? And I would not smell in your solemn assemblies. Come on, Bunky, y'all. Let's go. Let's rock. We're gonna rock tonight, man.
Salaki, I mean, he wouldn't even, he's not present there. So a person's not going to smell in there. I can't breathe in here.
Mm-hmm.
Salaki, and the kind of piggyback off of what y'all were speaking about with respect to hate, the hatred that we've grown accustomed to.
Mm-hmm.
Don't confuse hate with violence.
Right.
They're two totally separate things.
That's right.
You know, the violence is an action. Those are the actions of, you know, Tamir Rice and what we see with George Floyd and what we saw with Emmett Till and so many countless others.
Right.
Let's
add to it. You talk about hatred is being able, when you talk about you have a group of people that are marching in Selma, Alabama, and they let dogs go on women and children. You understand? You talking about water cannons. So somebody give me the water pressure of a water cannon, Baba Kashar. Give me the water pressure of a water cannon. And everybody familiar with a German Shepherd, right? A German Shepherd is a dog that is very intelligent, right? And when you say bite, what is that German Shepherd going to do?
Like I said, he gonna bite.
Oh, he gonna bite. So we've seen tons and tons of different examples of our oppressor showing us what his hatred looked like. His hatred is, I'm going to make you pay because you're not like me. You understand? The Most High hatred is, I don't want it anywhere near me because that's not from me. You see what I'm saying? Anybody got it? What you got, Bunky, y'all?
Salakia. It says the usual working pressure of a fire hose can vary between 8 and 20 bar. That's 800 and 2000 kPa, 116 and 290 psi.
How many psi's?
116 and 290 PSI.
100 and 200 and what? 90?
290 PSI.
Now think about this. Your average tire in your car has 35 PSIs on it. And if you go outside and thump your tire right now, you'll hurt your thumb, right? You know what I'm saying? You go outside right now and thump your tire. That's probably about 35 PSI, 30 to 40 PSIs. Now imagine somebody throwing a tire at you. You know what I'm saying? Now tire got a little weight on it, so we got to compensate for that, right? But if I threw a tire at you, it could literally hurt you. So you adding the weight of the tire. So how many? What's 200 PSI?
290 PSI.
So that's almost 300 PSIs that's coming at you as a water cannon, and they were aiming the water cannon not at your legs, not at your mid region, at your chest and at your what? At your face. That's a real demonstration of hate. If I ain't never seen one before. So when we talk about who the oppressor is, he's demonstrated his hate over years and years and years, and what he thinks about us in those movements. And the only thing our leaders taught us to do is what? Hands up and don't shoot. Maybe one day we'll overcome instead of us doing what? Separating. All right, come on, Ayathan.
So like it, just to go back to that PSI, pressure per square inch.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like a tire, like you said, about 35 to 40, PSI.
Come on.
And a tire moving towards you, at a certain speed. I don't know how fast that water travels out that fire hose, but a tire moving at you and at that same speed has enough force to kill you.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And it will literally like throw you back.
Mm-hmm.
So that water moving at that speed, you never see them. I never seen a firefighter handling a water hose by itself.
Yeah, come on. There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that lets you know how much force it is on that water. That is enough water to actually kill you.
Right. Come on. And you think they was worried about our people and their concussions? People have concussions just by water cannon, right? Come on, Monkey.
Salaki, this is according to Quora. And it says it all depends. It says, can a fire hose tear skin? Right. It says it all depends on your distance from the nozzle and the pressure being used. Close up, it could cause serious lacerations, possibly even put out an eye or strike the head with enough force to cause whiplash and concussions. It says from a distance of 20 feet or more, you would get soaked cold and have to turn your head away. Salaki.
So out of the demonstration that we've seen, those are demonstration of hatred. Only thing the Lord asks you to do is put down the pork, put down the weed, separate from these holidays. Don't celebrate Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, right? That's what the Lord asks us to do. He's not hitting you with a water cannon, right? He's allowing you to make a decision based on what he says versus FOMO. You understand? So the Lord said, I hate, I despise, right? Read on.
And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
Go ahead.
Verse 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
So what is the Lord saying here? Come on, Kodon. Let's rock. Let's rock. Move that mic. Let's get it.
So like you said, if I may, like all them turkey and that ham, that's the main examples of that fat beast that our people, us as a people, love to, pray over, thinking that the Lord is going to bless it.
Meaning what? Burnt offering, meaning what? How they cook the food.
Come.
See, nowadays you looking at it in modern day terms, right? But back then they would actually cook these meals over an open fire, an open pit, if I may. Like the rotisserie chicken, over the open fire. Now we're modern, so that how we prepare our food, guess what? You don't think about it. And neither do our Christian pastors tell you that either. Our Christian leaders and none of the leaders are going to tell you that the things that we celebrate, the Most High is against them. Right? Read that verse again.
Come. The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 22. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them.
I will what?
I will not accept them.
I will not. What do you do? What does it mean to not accept something? What does that mean? What does that mean to not accept something?
So like I don't want, if I may, to reject it.
Yeah. Right? To reject it. You don't, you not only do you not want to be there, he's rejecting it. The things that you say that you're offering to the Lord, it's almost like, what do we do? What do we do on Christmas and Thanksgiving in the world? Come on.
In the world, we prepare for Christmas, Thanksgiving. We accept all the gifts.
Uh-huh.
You wake up early in the morning.
Right.
Wait by the tree, sing Christmas carols,
Come.
eat good.
Yeah.
All that, sing songs.
Come on. We do all of that. On Christmas Day, our people, the Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, it's customary to go to someone's house and offer a dish, right?
Right.
That's what you offer a dish, but we don't what? We don't reject it.
Right.
We accept it.
That's right.
Right? And then what we do as a nation of people, if we celebrate these holidays, well, the things that they're offering to the Lord, the dish that they're offering to the Lord said, nah. So that's why we have to be like him. You understand?
Right.
If we talking about being like the Most High in Christ and following what thus says the Lord and what Christ did, guess what? They rejected the ways of this world, man. But our people stuck saying, come on in, come on in. That's a sweet potato pie. That's the one you made. Come on, sis. We sell out for the things that make us feel good, right? The Most High is not concerned about how and what makes us feel good if it does not involve us serving him first. You did? All right. Read on.
Come with con. Sulaki.
Neither.
Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
Right. These fat beasts, right? These animals. I mean, you got all type of things people cook on Christmas. They cook what you call them? Possum. They cook possum, right? Y'all ever heard of possum? They got possum stew. They got raccoons and rabbits and all these things that go against the Lord, man. These are varmints. But guess what? People do it. They gonna pull them they gonna have that pig. They're gonna have that they're gonna have them chitterlings. These are the fat beasts that the Lord don't want to have nothing to do with, right? Read on.
Con with con, verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
Take thou away from me the noise of thy song.
The what?
The noise of thy song.
Let me ask y'all a question. And when you read these scriptures, right? What goes to your mind if y'all reading these? I'm quite sure this is not our first time reading this, right? We've studied enough to understand that this is something we probably done went over a few times. But what goes to your mind once you begin to think about this spiritually? What is it? Come on, Kawal.
Basically, what he's saying as far as the songs, like being in the church, like all the songs we sang, the children's choir, the Christmas carolers, the radio stations, you know, like how can this Bible be so real, prophetic that I'm sitting here reading what I used to do?
Come on. It's something that we have always struggled with. As a nation of people, we have always struggled with going into other customs that do not involve serving the Lord. Right. The fear of missing out got Adam and Eve kicked out the damn garden, if I may. Right. Ain't that how Satan beguiled Eve? That's right. If you take this, would you not? You would be like gods. Right. She had the fear of what? Missing out. You understand? So she had the FOMO way back then. And guess what? Adam done behind, followed right behind her. He had heat. Y'all see that? This is something that we've always done as a nation of people. The Lord calls us to fight against this world, to separate from the ways of this world, because that's real freedom. That's when we really begin to come together. We think coming together is you offering over banana nut bread. You know what I'm saying? We think coming together is eating collard greens together, right? Real strength and togetherness come from the things that you don't do. You understand? I'm gonna lock in with you because I recognize, you know what, me and you together, we don't like cauliflower. I could rock with you. Me and you together, we're not going to molest children. You understand? Me and you together, we're not going to smoke cigarettes. Me and you together, we're not going to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. I can get down with you. I can lock in with that because I'm recognizing that you and I share the same sacrifices. We don't have the fear of missing out, not a damn thing. Everything that we have is right here that we need. You understand? I got my brother right here. He's locked in with me. I got my sister right here. That's all I need. What else? What you gonna be missing out? What would you be missing? The Lord says what? Read that verse again, Quadon.
Khan, this
So
the
like,
book.
you gotta put down. Y'all gotta lay them phones down so we can focus tonight.
Khan, this is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 23. Take thou away from me the noise of thy song.
What is the noise of them? Noise of the songs, Baba Kashar?
Salaki
I worry, y'all. What's the noise of our songs?
Oh, Salakia, the Christmas carolers.
Like, give me an example. Yeah. Well, what's the one that you think about Christmas that just pops into your head all of a sudden? What is it? If y'all tune in online, y'all give me some of them examples that pop in your head for Christmas carols.
I seen Santa kissing my mom.
Good night, boy. I see Santa kissing my mom. Good. Come on, Cole.
Brother James Futrell said, "Deck the halls."
Deck the halls of folly.
Deck the halls of
Deck the halls.
He also made a point back when you said earlier. He said the bite pressure of a German Shepherd is 238 pounds per square.
Ain't that something? So the PSIs of the German Shepherd bite. That's why that hadn't been the Lord, man. You see that? So they hit us with the water cannons, and it's damn near equivalent to the bite pressure of a dog. Ain't that something? But we still have the nerves to want to say Jingle Bell, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg, right? I remember that. We still chasing after these things of the word. These are the songs that we sing. Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas. How do you know that the Lord knew that his people was going to be doing this? Because it's spiritual. The life we live today is not, it's not your life. You understand? This is the proving grounds that maybe the Lord has some mercy when it's your time. This is the proof. This is the battlegrounds. In the truth, we learn that what? Life is what? War. What are you going to war against? Are you just going to live every day with the fear of missing out? What will you war against? This is the season we have to learn how to fight all those things that has continuously destroyed us. And as a nation of people, what do you get on Christmas any day? Jordans, a PS5, socks. Come on, Kawhi.
Kudar said Silent Night.
Silent Night. Which one? Oh yeah, he's Silent Night. Which one? The Temptation version, the David Ruffin version. Good night, boy. That's come on with it. Come. So come. Our parents can't afford it. So we not only do we not get it. So now we go our whole lives like Bunky y'all said earlier, always trying to grab something to be a part of something. Always carrying the same feeling that you had because the oppressor has had such a strain on our environment and the struggle that we come from. It hurts us. And then here's the flip side. What happens when you have every damn thing you want and you don't want for nothing? What happens then? Come on with it. I done.
Add on to what I was just saying. Like, I don't know if you remember Jabari Parker. I think he played ball here at Duke.
Yeah, come.
And they was asking him why he went into the draft so early and not stay in school and get an education.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, because growing up, I never had the shoes that I wanted.
Dang.
So I went into the NBA draft to be able to buy the things that I wanted.
I remember that, Jabari Parker. Yeah. So education goes out the door. So you can feel it's a lust that we carry, man. So we miss out on real opportunities. That go FOMO again, right? So now we talk about now we deal with the thing of missing out. But what happens to our people who have access to everything? What happens then? What happens then? It's been in the news all everywhere. If y'all ain't seen it, it's been all over the news. What happens then when you got access to everything? What happens? Come on, Cole.
You start getting depressed.
You start getting depressed. That's one. What else? Now you have Lil Romeo. Lil Romeo talk about my dad and he never did nothing for me and blah 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 blah. If y'all ain't seen it, right? And P said, son, you've been shining since you were born, man. And come on with it, Quadon. 50 cents, son. $4,600 and not enough for a child a month. $6,700. Good night. Y'all see what's going on? So you always gonna have that same fear of missing out when you don't involve the Most High in it. It don't matter what it is. If it's not from the Lord, you're gonna miss out in it. You're not gonna feel like it's even worthy. But keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, learning brotherhood and sisterhood, that's how you build a community, man. That's how you really do it, okay? What verse was he at on that Awoyala? Who was reading? Quadon? Come on.
Comic-Con, this is the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 23. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy vows.
The melody, right? And do you not, when you walking through the mall, guarantee if you going through the mall right now, you got to be careful of those melodies, man. Don't you know they are carefully designed to make sure that make you yeah, it'll get you right. Come on.
So, Lord, sir, if I may, as I'm reading the scripture too, it made me think of a song, that I who I used to be. The song "Melodies from Heaven" rain down on me. Salakia.
I think they are crafty, man. They are crafty to making sure that we always carry that fear of missing out. If you carry that fear of missing out, brother, that's something that's going to hunt you once you see other people happy. You see other people smiling. You see where Santa Claus goes up to this kid and the kid out down and mad, and then Santa Claus hands him a Coca-Cola. You know what you're going to do when you leave that job? You know what you're going to do, right? You're going to buy a damn Coca-Cola, man. Right? Have a Coke and a what? Smile. How do we know that? How do we all know that? You know what I'm saying? What is it? You've never heard of have a Coke and a smile? What about what's another one that they say for his drinks? Have a 7-Up. You ever heard that one? Never. Good night. What's another one that they call what about Gatorade? I want to be like who? Huh? We heard of that one, right? Why? Say again. Just do the do. Everybody heard that, right? Just do the do. Do the do, right? Why do these things ring in our head so much? Why do these things ring in our head so much? Anybody know why? Most of them are created around what, Quadon? You just said earlier.
Melodies,
Melodies, man. It's called a marketing ploy, if I may. Look up marketing ploy for me, Monkey, y'all. And this is going to describe Christmas right here. Fear of missing out. You have these melodies that get into our head, and we rock with these things our lives and never know where they come from and how they're affecting our lives, right? When we talk about what we do in the UPK, we want to build real families in here. You understand? We're building real soldiers in here, real amazing sisters and children. And guess what? It's not a marketing ploy. You know what I'm saying? Come on with it, Bunky. You got it? Am I saying that right?
Come on, sir. A marketing ploy, according to Merriam-Webster, is a noun. Something that people who are selling a product use to make people want to buy the product.
They do what?
Something that people who are selling a product use to make people want to buy the product.
Y'all, they make you want to buy the product. Just do the do. I want to be like Mike. Have a Coke and a smile. Merry Christmas. You don't. What does Merry supposed to mean? Happiness, right? Right. So what I don't say? Good morning, Mary. Huh? What I don't say? Merry Kowal. We only use this during what time? Christmas. Why? Come on with it, Ayathan.
What's so heavy about what you're saying is for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, right?
Mm-hmm.
For blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, it ain't enough for us just to hear it. We have to see it. So they'll put a visual together so that every time we hear it on a radio station or TV or anything, and we can't see it, we always go back to that happy place. And that thing will make us want whatever they trying to sell
FOMO
us.
Once again. It could be that time of year. You could smell. You may have a grandmother that only cooks sweet potato pies during this year. You understand? You may have a friend that only make what's the one that they always get all the time? What's the one that you, what is that thing you be missing all the time? Yeah, stuffing. You understand? Well, Kawal said the 12-egg macaroni and cheese. Yeah, you missing the 12-egg macaroni and cheese every Christmas and Thanksgiving because you're used to the things that you see all the time. You used to being around family and you smell it in the kitchen and all that, right? You are, man, it's that time of year, mama gonna be cooking. We got to learn to separate ourselves from that because the Lord hates it. So you have to learn to develop that same type of hatred. Once you hear those Christmas songs, you should stand there, put on some Captain of Car. You know what I'm saying? Turn the radio, put on anything outside of those Christmas songs, man. Put on anything outside of that Christian song and that Christian radio, man. We have to, because other than that, we're gonna be stuck with the spirit of missing out. That FOMO that has nothing to do with serving the Lord. You're gonna be chasing all these things in life that has nothing to do with the Lord, man. And in doing so, we'll be destroying ourselves. All right, so let's get Christmas in the Bible so that we good on that. Jeremiah, y'all know what I want. Jeremiah 10. So once again, like I said, man, we going into breaking down these scriptures so our people can understand how to get out of this hellhole. So the spirit of missing out that you carry, you can let it go. You're not missing anything in the world. I'm telling you that right now. All the things you lend yourself to, all the years of goals and accomplishments that you chase mean absolutely nothing if it's not serving the Lord. For what profit a man to gain the whole world and what? Lose his soul, man. What's the point? Who got it for me?
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold.
Salakia. So let's go back a little bit. Yeah, can we go back a little bit?
It's like concert. Salakia.
We're gonna go back a little bit. Nah, what you say? I'm gonna give you a piece, man. he going straight in, Kawal. You know what I'm saying? He can go right in. Good night. Hold on. Let's start. Let's do. What we want to start at, Bunky? Yo, verse 2. Let's start at 1. Let's go.
All right, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
O house of who?
Of Israel.
This is showing once again a clear distinction between us and everybody else. When we talk about the house of Israel, we're talking about a specific group of people according to the Bible. That is the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You understand? First Nation people are Hispanics, right? All these things that the Lord says is specifically designed for us, right? And he's going to give us a layout of what we're supposed to be locked into versus what we're supposed to be separating ourselves from, okay? All right, read on.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord.
Go ahead.
Learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn what?
Learn not the way of the heathen.
So Israel is not supposed to learn what? The ways of the heathen, which creates a separate, this is a distinction between two different groups of people. Heathen meaning what? Outside of who? Israel, right? And also can also be referred to. Keep people that are not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. And if you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you're part of the other nations in the first damn place. You'll sell your brother out to be a part of that other nation. Meaning what? You're following that FOMO. You'll be chasing the worldly ways and trying to, fit into this place, man. You won't fit in. Black, Hispanic, slave in, we never fit in. Everything that you do and every vibe, every ounce of wisdom and knowledge and development that you have, you shine no matter where you go. Like we really do shine. You think about some of the people in the worst places. It's the reason why they're allowing cameras in prison now. Brothers in there, boom, boom, they beating on brick walls and beatboxing and rapping and get out of jail and get out of prison and get $1 million contract. Right. Why? You could have stayed free and did the same damn thing. So what is it about prison that we have to go through to get a damn contract and then have songs called My First Day Out? Nigga, you could have did that in high school. But you were chasing that fear of missing out. These are the things that the heathens do. Then they make everything hard for us. So the Lord put a distinction between us and the heathens, correct? So read on. Hold on. So we say learn not the way of the heathen. What does that mean, Bible Kashaw? Gotta break that down. I can't just go past that. I can't just go past that. We say learn not the way of the heathen, Sister Barwa. What does that mean? I'm gonna pick on these sisters today. We got get a Lord a hand for the sister here tonight, man. Most High in Christ. Yeah, that's how we build a nation, through our sisters. So what does that mean? Learn not the way of the heathen.
Don't practice the things that they do.
Meaning what?
Their religion, their holidays, idols.
Come on.
Whatever they call their rites and
Right.
rituals.
They customs, right?
Customs.
When we talk about the customs, we're talking about the things that they do, like the methods in which they move in the earth. The Lord said, "What? Learn not their ways." Right. So what does it mean to learn? What's the definition of learn? What do y'all think the definition of learn is? What's my sister? Sister Yitsom? Am I saying it right? Am I saying it right? Oh, she was eating salaki. My bad. I ain't know. So what do you do when you learn something, Baba Kusha? Come on. I got you. Come on, take your time. What does it mean when you learn something? Let's go. So if I say 2 + 2 is what, you say what?
4.
4 + 4 is what?
8.
How do you know that? It was something that you what? Learned, right? And normally learning is comes out of what? Repetition, right? You repeat something over and over and over, and it becomes first nature to you. So when we talk about the customs of this world, you know how we learn them?
It's repetitive.
It's repetitive. Give the sister a hand. You understand? I told you, you know what I'm saying? It's right in front of us, but we don't understand how we learn things. You know how that baby learned how to walk? Sister Yakara? How did my niece learn how to walk? Practice. And what else?
That was me.
Huh?
That was me.
And what you say? What you say out there?
That was me.
You crazy as hell. She learned from watching you. Our children, they learn from watching us. They practice and repeat what they hear us see and what they hear us do. So when you talk about learning the ways of the heathens, at some point we begin to watch what the heathens do.
Right.
We begin to practice what the heathens do.
Right.
We begin to admire what the heathen do.
Right.
Instead of listening to what the Lord said, because we were chasing the spirit of what? You. Yeah. Who were chasing the spirit of what?
The spirit of the heathen, sir?
That's true, but in class tonight, what were we chasing?
Oh, the spirit of fear and of missing out.
Fear of missing out. Give them a hand. You understand? Cause that's what the babies do.
Right.
You understand? She watching you. She watching you walk, but she's also watching who? Your sisters and brothers walk, and she like, wait a minute, they moving too fast. I gotta catch up. Right? Come on, Ayathan.
Salaki out of one. I got that definition of learn.
Please.
It says learn out of Merriam-Webster dictionary to gain knowledge or understanding or a skill by studying, instruction, or experience. Salaki. But this the one right here.
Go ahead.
to come to be able.
Mhm.
So you get that knowledge, you seeing it, you learning it,
Yeah.
and you become able to do it.
Come on, give him a hand. That's heavy. It's all the way heavy there, brother. Most High in Christ. So the Bible says, read that verse again, Bible Kushar.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 2.
Mm-hmm.
Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
So the Lord said, don't go into this. Don't do these things. Don't watch them. Don't have the spirit of FOMO. Don't do any of that thing. Don't even be repetitive about what it's doing, right? The Lord says, learn not the way of the heathens, right? Read on.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. Be not afraid of the signs of heaven. You talk about all the other nations, they always looking up at the stars. The sun is here and the quasar is over here. The solar system. These are the ways that we make decisions in lives, right? Right? Read on.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
For the what?
For the heathen are dismayed at
For
them.
the heathens are dismayed at them. That's what they learn. That's what they're afraid of. Right? But what also is taking place in this verse? What are we noting? What are we noting? What is the Most High denoting? I mean, what is Jeremiah saying right here? What is he saying? What's the spirit of what he's saying? Come on. Anybody? Let's go.
As far as the customs of the heathen being vain, meaning there's no value in it for you.
There's no value in what?
There's no value in it for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and
Right. Give him a hand. You understand? You dead on it. That's what we have to understand first. You won't have the spirit of FOMO if you're not even concerned what the heathens are doing in the first goddamn place. You wouldn't even have the spirit of, oh, I want to be like Mike. I want to be like YAHANNA. You know what I'm saying? You should inspire to be like the priests and prophets of the Lord. I want to be like Commander YAHANNA, the generals, the captains, the officers. You see those brothers in the way they move and how they change their lives. Like that's what we have to inspire to be. You can't inspire to be something just based on a good time. You understand? You can't just inspire to enjoy yourself because you see everybody else enjoying themselves. At some point, you got to learn that, guess what? Just because it's good for somebody else doesn't mean that it's good for you. Right. That's why it says learn not the way of the heathens. So one thing we know about the heathens and Esau, he'd like his meat what? Bloody, right? I don't think there's one person in this damn room would eat a what's the steak called? The different levels of steak that they cook. Now most of us in here gonna get our meat what? Well done, burnt to a crisp. The steak just done shriveled all the way up on the plate. You're like, that's how I like it right there, all dried out and everything, right? So you say now some brothers are a little bit more risque. You know what I'm saying? Risque, that's what I call it. You be a risque. So you order your steak what? Medium well. So all right. So what's the next level? What's the next level below that? What is it? Medium, right? And medium. So you go from medium well to medium, and now you got what? Medium rare. What is medium rare? What is that? What is medium rare? I don't understand that. What you got?
It's like it, sir. It's 10 seconds on each side.
10 seconds on.
You know that? Oh, you know that?
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta be jiving me. I use the old word then, Kawal. Y'all jiving. Jiving. 10 seconds on each side, that's considered to be medium. Good night. There's certain things that we're not going to do. But if you sit around and watch somebody do it for so long, guess what you'll be like, you know what? I wonder how that tastes. See, y'all, that's how Christmas came about. That's how Christmas came about. We sat around and watched the heathens do this. What did we sit around and watch the heathens do? Read it.
Oh, shit.
It's gonna tell you what we sat around and watched the heathens do. Read. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Go ahead.
For the heathen are dismayed at them. Verse 3, for the customs of the people are vain.
So we watched around and watched them do these vain customs, right? So this is how it's able to give you a description of what the heathens did. Somebody sat around and watched the heathens do it, right? Just like you said, 10 seconds on either side. Somebody denoted that for a reason. Because they wanted you to know what it means to have your meat medium. Right? Pause. Okay. Am I supposed to say that right there? I was about to say no cap. You know what I'm saying? It don't go right. No cap don't go right there. Huh? Okay. Well, somebody sat around and watched it then, right? So what did they watch? Read on, y'all.
For one cut up a tree out of the forest.
They watched them do what? Cut a tree out of the forest. For one, that means somebody did this. For one, somebody did this. And the one person who did this had been what? Come on. A heathen. For one heathen does this. Read it.
For the customs of the people are vain. For one cut up a tree out of the forest. The work of the hands of the workmen with a axe.
So what does this mean? So we watched a heathen do this for us to know that Jeremiah was saying, learn not what? The way of the heathen. For a heathen does this. For one cut up the tree out of the forest with the axe. Right? So I break that down for me. Come on now. Let's go. Why? What's taking place here? Well, y'all, what's taking place right here? You ever heard this breakdown before? Come on, let's get it then. You should be all over. I should damn near stop talking right now. Let's go. What you got? Come on. What's happening?
Somebody's cutting a tree out of the forest and taking it back home to put it up in their house.
Where you see house at in there?
Oh, no. Oh, nowhere.
You don't see house in there?
Wow.
What's in front of you, though? What's in front of you in the verse?
They just cut it. So like I said, they're just cutting the tree down and then
right. So you got to think about cutting the tree down first. Now, what does that have to do with ways of the heathens?
So like you, sir, you need a Christmas tree to celebrate Christmas.
Right. To actually have the ceremony of Christmas, this is the process that what would do first? That a heathen would do first. He finds a tree that's in the forest and he cuts it down. These are the ways of the heathen. This is something that they do ceremonial, right? Read it. Come on, Ayathan.
For the Christians out there today saying, oh, we don't go into no forest, it's the same thing as going to that Christmas tree farm or to Walmart.
Thank you.
And getting the same thing.
Thank you. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. That's it. It's the exact same thing. Whether you got that plastic tree that costs $23, that by the time you get it to the house and put it up, all the little what you call it, the little needles don't fell off. You got them all over your damn house. They in the kids' hair. Your dog chewing on them. You know, these are ways of who though? The heathen. We observe the heathen. We've sat back and watched the heathen do it. He's just, what is he doing? What is he doing? That's what we sat back and watched it, just like we sat back and watched the steaks. Black people, we like, well done. Right. Well, yeah. Now, what's the guy you be talking about all the time, Buck? Yeah, what's that guy name? The Liver King. I give it a couple more months, and you might see a Negro trying the same damn thing, brother. I guarantee you might just see it. Come on.
Salaki, look in the comment section. You'll see all of the primals. People are not trying to be subprimal. You know, that's a new lifestyle, or they're embracing a very ancient lifestyle.
So they're observing the way of who?
The heathens.
Yeah. So we start watching these things first. Right. We start looking at what they're doing. We try to see if it's beneficiary to us, right? And if depending on if it's beneficiary, we may convert over to it, right? Just like Christianity. Where do you think Christianity come from? Christianity is a religion that tells you, oh, you can serve God and do whatever the hell you want to do, right, which does not serve the Lord. You understand? Right. That's why it's so damn popular in the damn earth. You could do anything and say, well, God forgive me. What? Come on with it.
Salakia, sir. I mean, that just speaks volumes about how carnal the heathen is.
Right.
Because usually if a person is cutting down a tree, you're using it for firewood, you're using it to, for lumber. You're cutting this tree down just to worship it.
Come.
It doesn't make any sense.
Right. That's what we do. That's what the Lord, that's as Black, Hispanic, Native Indians, we're going to start a fire. That's what we do with trees.
Right.
But when you begin to observe the ways of the heathens, which are what? Vain, you begin to make things that don't make no damn sense to you. You convince yourself that it actually makes sense. Okay. Right. Read on. Where y'all?
Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold.
No, hold on. Go back. We done ran past it now. Go ahead. Read it again.
Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
Go ahead.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe.
Right. So this is what I.S.U.P.K say. Now we don't go out with an axe nowadays. We all just throw out a system. We don't go out like that. We do it. We may order the tree, or somebody may bring the tree to the house, and we just go and pick it from a Christmas tree farm. Right. Read on.
Verse 4. They deck it with silver and
with
what? They deck it with silver and with gold.
They do what?
Deck it with silver and with gold. They fasten it with the nails and with hammers, that it move not.
Now, what does this mean, Sister Araba, Baba Kusha, please? What does this mean? Read it again, Baba Kusha.
Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold.
Now, this tree that they done cut down out of the forest, right? They deck it with what?
With silver and with gold.
With silver and with gold. Read on.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that it move not.
Now, what is this? What does this sound like, Baba Kusha?
Salakia, sir, it sounds like they're decorating for Christmas.
They're what?
They're decorating for Christmas.
Now, this is the only time you ever hear anybody ever decorating a damn tree. Why is that? Why nobody? If it's supposed to be so righteous, why don't we chop down the damn trees in January and deck it with silver and with gold? What's wrong with February? Why is it that we choose this time of year to actually chop the damn tree down and deck it with what?
With silver and with gold.
Why do we do it? Why do we do it? Why? Because we watched the heathens do it. We seen when they were doing it. We seen about this time of day, they was dismayed at the signs of heaven. Y'all understand that? The winter solstice and all this, you got to know that they pick these things and it's centered around them serving their gods, man. Nimrod. Ceramicus. Ain't that what y'all? Yeah. All this idol worship, that's what it revolves around. That's why they pick these times of the year and seasons, right? That we fall out, that we watch them do it, and we say, well, damn, they waited till the stars came across right here, and we noted this. Jeremiah noted it. That's why he noted it in the scriptures, because he's seen that, guess what? Our people were beginning to fall to what? The ways of the heathens. And it's giving you a clear instructional list of what these people were doing. We sit back in the cut like, that's fascinating. Instead of us what? Serving our culture. Right. We begin to have that spirit of what, Quadon? FOMO. You ever got yourself into something and like, you ever said, man, I want to try what's something you may have tried and then you figured out it didn't work. It was something that the hot chips. Y'all seen the hot chip challenge? Come on, do me a favor, brother. See, can we find a hot chip challenge on here? Right? I want to see, can we find I want to show this on the screen. I always found this fascinating. This was something I noted, just like Jeremiah did, right? See, can we find this hot chip challenge? Y'all ever seen the hot chip challenge? What you think about it, Sister Gibson? What you think about a hot chip? Man, I can't even say a damn thing. Hot chip challenge. What do you think about it?
It's like,
All right, so let's watch this for a second, Baba Kashaw. Do we watch this? Let's see. Y'all watch this for a second, Baba Kashaw. I don't know if that's good. That's good. We y'all can see it, right? Hey, y'all can see it online. Give us a one in the chat, Baba Kashaw. Let me know y'all can see it. Come on, Kowal. Let's see this. It's kind of
Come on, ready?
Taking the tip. So both of them idiots.
It's not even hot. What the fuck? I'm straight, but I'm good. I'm good. Okay? It's like, this is a mind thing, bro. It's a mind thing, bro, and I want it, bro. Like, I love the game. Okay. I'm gonna say, it's a mind thing, bro. Like I said, bro, it's not funny, bro. I'm in the day. Tell yourself that you want it. Mama ain't never raised no punk, man. Oh, it's my throat, bro. Like,
oh shit! Ooh. You got 3.5 minutes to go, bro. Yeah, do you drink the milk? I'm pretty sure it is. It's like fucking like ooh, Reaper chip. What the fuck is all? What's on the chip? How about Tony? Yeah, 3.
No. That's hilarious. I'm cracking up, y'all. I am cracking up. What made them put that chip in their mouth? Somebody give me a tissue. I'm rolling. What made them do it, Bunk, y'all? What would make somebody put that chip in their mouth, man?
So like you, sir, the fear of missing out.
The fear of missing out, man. But was it fun once they actually put the damn chip in their mouth?
Like, sir. But and so like you, sir, if I may real quick, that's so heavy too, because it's like you fear missing out with Christmas, but then when you got to pay that bill that's coming up right after Christmas, you wish you would have never took.
You wish you would have never done it.
Come on.
Now, how many of us done jumped into something and end up like these guys are here on this damn YouTube channel? When you go and look at your bank account after Christmas Day, you say, you know what? Them raggedy kids didn't deserve no damn Jordan in the first damn place. They could have got these Jordans. It would have been perfectly fine. You went it. You did all this work to get this woman, right? You done seen her. She's so nice and she beautiful. She smell good every time you see her. You like, oh man, she the perfect such and such and such. And then you get with her, and ooh wee, nah, yeah. You end up just like this guy who bit this chip, or you the sister that done seen the guy you been. Oh man, he just the one for me. He just gets me. He really understands me, and then what happens? Then you end up with the hot chip. Yeah, you end up with the hot chip. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I hope the hot chip. Right. Yeah, don't end up with the hot chip. Sister, don't end up with the hot chip, right? You be just like these brothers crying, and you do the same thing. You like, oh, Jesus. That's what happened once we do these things after the heathens, right? We end up with the hot chip and all type of other crap in the world too, because we end up chasing the ways of these heathens and they go against the Lord. Just like what? The ones that deck these trees with what? Silver and gold, right? It's in the Bible. The Lord is not with Christmas, you understand? He is not with you celebrating a heathen culture. That's the end of that verse. Where we at on that? Come on, let's go.
Verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree.
Now hold on. Go back to the last part of that. We want to break that down too. We want to try to get all of this. They what? They fasten it with what?
With nails and with hammers. That it move not.
And what does this mean? What does this mean when they fasten it with nails and hammer? Y'all ever seen a little red thing at the bottom of a tree? You know what I'm saying? What do you have to do to get that tree planted in your house?
Salakia, so you got to go up under it and screw it in.
You got to what?
You got to go up under it and screw it in.
Yeah, you got to.
Salakia.
Okay. Go ahead, Troop. Get down.
Oh, Salakia, that was it.
Yeah, you gotta have somebody hold the tree, right? So it what? So it don't move, right? And then you screw the base in so that way it stay planted, right? So the tree what? Don't move. We're talking about the tree right here that's in the Bible. You understand? These are the customs that we watch other people do. It's like your child, right? When we used to set up Christmas trees and his kids watch us set up Christmas trees, guess what that child was doing? They would sit back watching us do these things. You understand? They learned and what we said earlier, right? Yes, right? You learned because you what? You watched it, right? It became a part of like something that became a custom in the household because you learned it because you seen how people were doing it, right? Read on.
Verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree. But speak not.
They what?
Speak not.
The tree speak not, right? Read on.
They must needs be born. Because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them. For they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good.
Now, why is this sitting here? If you heard this one, I'll go ahead and break it down, y'all. You know why this in here?
Basically saying that the tree is dead.
Yeah, the tree is dead, but remember, we are observing what? Think about it. We're Israelites, right? We're the Israelites that he said in the beginning of this verse, of this chapter, right? We're watching them do this, but what are they doing in this verse? Y'all understand what I'm saying? What are we watching them do? We are watching them do this.
So like it's celebrating it?
Well, yeah, they celebrating it, but what specifically? Who got it? Come on, Akim, let's go. Who got it? What are we watching them do, Kawal? You want to take it, brother?
Okay, he's talking about the fear of the tree, right?
Come
read that part again.
Yeah.
Because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good.
Right. The story, the original story was that, if you didn't bring a tribute to this tree, which was a gift, your head was cut off and put on a tree. That's where we get the Christmas ornaments, the balls from, right? It actually symbolizes heads. So people were afraid of this tree. And the Bible is saying, Most High is saying, Jeremiah is saying here, don't be afraid of this tree. You can't do a damn thing.
Right.
Because people were actually afraid of it. They gave reverence to this tree like it actually has any powers. It has zero powers at all.
It has zero power. And guess what? We was watching people do this, and they were actually afraid of the tree. Y'all get what I'm saying? Yeah, come on with it. Y'all get why this is there. Because we watched people do it, and we're like, oh, they're afraid of something. And we sat back and watched it, and we wanted that same feeling that they had. So when it didn't happen to them, we began to do the same thing that they did, right? What you got for me, Bunky, y'all?
It's interesting because I watched a documentary about, these Europeans and these Scandinavian customs. And there's 1,001 that are celebrated around this time of the winter solstice. But you get the idea of goblins and trolls and, all that folklore, all that mysticism. They believe that these trees move. I've seen movies where the trees are talking, they're grabbing people, and they're walking around. Those heathens absolutely believe that there's life in these trees.
What's the name of that? The Lords of the Rings?
Sir.
Yeah, that's the Lord of the Ring.
The actual fear of trees is called dendrophobia. Dendrophobia is the actual fear of trees.
Damn. I ain't know there was a arachnophobia. That's the best I got. I think it was a movie or something. I think it was a movie or something. Dendrophobia. Give it up for Bunky, y'all, man. It's a brother, man. But that's what I'm saying. We observed these customs and these other nations do it, and we was afraid. We wanted to have that same that fear of missing out. We wanted to be a part of these customs, even though Jeremiah had told us these customs are vain. We seen like all the good times and all the things it's just like that. Like it's like seeing somebody drive a fast car, right? It's all good long as you're doing the driving, but put your behind in that goddamn passenger seat. You don't like when somebody is driving fast. You be like, wait a minute, slow this thing down. You know what I'm saying? Right? You want to do the whole high speed chase. It's all good till you actually in a high speed chase. Everybody has a plan until they get what? Punched in the mouth. It's the same thing. We all have these plans about what we want to do, how we want to celebrate these things, but all these things goes against the Lord. Each and every last one of them. And we don't understand it because we go our whole lives and we have the fear of what? Missing out. Our Christian pastor never tells us these things go against the Lord. And so we have this fear of missing out. The first thing we want to do, instead of separating from the other customs, guess these other cultures and heathens, well, what do we begin to do? To separate from each other. My Christmas is better than your Christmas. You get to work after the day of Christmas. What do people out there say at the slave? How was your what? Come on, sis. What do they say? They say, how was your Christmas? Why? You get to work and you start lying. Oh, my Christmas was perfect. My such and such, my son came home and we just had such a glorious time. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You got that socks and that long peppermint stick that your grandma used to give you. That's all you got. You know, y'all know that the hard ass peppermint stick they used to give us, right? Our Christmas sucked, but we were sitting aside looking and observing what the heathens were doing, and we go our whole lives playing basketball or football, chasing. You know what I'm saying? What did I say earlier that the sisters be chasing? Who did I say? The hot chip. Right. Yeah, they chasing the hot chip. And then you finally get what you think you want, and you realize that guess what? It ain't worth it. It goes against the Lord. That's the reality for your behind. And that's what Christmas represent. That's what these holidays represent in the earth. They actually go against the Lord. They have nothing to do with us as a nation of people. These are the customs of who? The heathens. And the only reason why we chase them because we have the spirit of what? Go down. The fear of missing out. FOMO, all right? Read verse. Where we at? Read it. Go ahead.
Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil, neither also is it in them to do good. Verse 6. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great.
Right. So what did it say? Go ahead. What is it saying? The heathens doing it because they're observing what? Their gods, right? That's what it's about. They're observing their God. But we looking at them and saying what? Read that verse again. Verse 6.
Verse 6. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great.
You're reading it too fast. Slow it down so we get it. Come on. What you got, Quadon?
Like
No, read the verse again, Quadon.
Okay, come. Says, for as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord.
O Lord. For as much there is none like unto thee. Meaning this Christmas tree don't even measure up.
Right.
Y'all see that, right? It don't even measure up to the Most High. There is none like him. Even though that they're afraid of him. Even though they fasten him down. Even though they cut him out of the woods and bring him into their home, there's none like who?
The Most High.
Right. Read on.
Come. Thou art great, and thy name is great in might.
And it has nothing to do with a goddamn Christmas tree. It has nothing to do with that tree that they cut down with an axe and brought into their home. They had nothing to do with when they deck it with silver and gold. Knowing that the Most High is great, it's just something you just gonna have to know for yourself. You understand? And it has nothing to do with a tree. And knowing that, you should not be following the customs of the world thinking you're gonna miss something. Right. The Lord already great. He requires our obedience, not us to deck a silver and gold on a damn tree. All right. What you got, Quadon?
Oh, so like I said, that's what I was gonna say. It's just like, You know, we look into all these other heathens and their gods, whatever, but we never follow ours. But let the Christian church tell you they love the Lord.
Yeah.
But again, you know, if you love the Lord, you'll be obedient.
Yeah.
And again, it's like, you know, y'all see all these other guys as being great, like Cesar Borgia. You know, the what is it, Nimrod with the Christmas tree. But you don't see the Most High as being great and doing what he said to do.
No, because serving the Lord requires you to do something that's not comfortable. And that's sacrifice. You understand? You can't want to observe and be like every other nation that's on the face of the earth. Yeah, it looked like they're having a good time, but guess what? Their gods aren't real. You understand? Their gods are not gonna. If it was so real, why was the East Indian pushing their gods in the goddamn ocean when COVID hit? It don't work. Their gods don't work. You understand? Right? So let me get the book of Ecclesiastes 8 and 15, Bible Kushah. Who got it? Go ahead. Do your thing, Mozzie. That's what like. Give Mozzie a hand, man. Oh, man, she gonna get raised by brothers and she gonna have sisterhood. And guess what? She's never gonna celebrate Christmas, man. She's never gonna eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. And guess what? She's gonna know her identity as an Israelite at that age, y'all. And that's amazing. You understand? That is amazing, because think about the things that the parents have endured to raise a child in this truth, man. To have a real identity. That's something amazing. And that's something to celebrate in the name of the Most High, right? Not a damn Christmas tree. You understand? The book of Ecclesiastes 15.
Come on, it's the book of Ecclesiastes 8 and 15. Then I commended mirth, because a man had no better thing under the sun than to eat and to drink and to be merry. For that shall abide with him of his labor the days of his life, which the Most High giveth him under the sun.
So this in Ecclesiastes was written by who?
So like it's King Solomon.
King Solomon, which was considered to be who?
One of the greatest kings of the earth.
And
one of the wisest kings.
The wisest kings of the earth, right? So this time in the earth right now that we're celebrating, right? This is a feast according to the Lord, right? We are feasting what? Our victories over these empires in the earth. The Lord said, you know, so there's no, Salaki. Solomon was a wise man. So he traveled all over and seen a lot of things. And in his travels and what he experienced, he wrote things down. And what he wrote down was this. Read it again.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 15. Then I commended mirth.
What is mirth?
So like you said, if I may, it's a noun out of the Merriam-Webster dictionary.
Give me commended, Bible Kushah. Come on.
Okay, come on. Mirth is gladness or gaiety as shown by or accompanied with laughter.
Gladness, right? Everybody laugh right now. Give me a good laugh right now. Clap it up, man. Give me a good laugh. Laugh. I want to hear you laugh. Can you laugh? Right. We don't even know what that really feels like. How often you just let go and just laugh? What happens when you really laugh? You cry. Right? When you really laugh, you cry. That's crazy, right? When you really laugh, you cry. You know why you're crying? You don't even know why you're crying. Why do you think you're crying? Sister Yakara, why would you cry if you're laughing? Bible Kushah. Oh no. Give me something, please. Just anything that you can think of. I'm gonna go around the room and I'm gonna see. Let you what? I ain't gotta go around the room. Give her a hand. You let go. When you talking about really celebrating the feast that the Lord gives you, we have to learn to let go. Right. And that's what Solomon's saying. You just full of joy, man. You letting go. You're not thinking about your slavery. You're not thinking about the people who hate you. You're not thinking of trying to please any damn body. You're in the moment and enjoying the moment. Right? That's what Solomon is saying as a wise man. Read that for me, Bunky. Y'all know what you got. Go ahead. Yes.
Salakia. This is according to Salu's Health. And it says high emotional situations and the brain. Some believe crying while laughing occurs because both reactions are a result of increased emotion. By crying, the body attempts to return to a regular level of functioning. Some evidence suggests the same part of the brain controls both crying and laughing.
So the fact that you're letting all of it go, is connected to you laughing and crying at the same time. While all of your experiences are trying to bring you back to level yourself off, in that moment you were saying, I don't want to be leveled off. I'm going to, what you said earlier, sis, I'm going to let go, man. When we talk about serving the feast of the Lord and the feast of what we in Hanukkah, right? Which also this is a time when we all have to learn to just let go, man. And when I say let go, I mean really learn to how to enjoy each other. You know what I'm saying? You got to really learn. And I get it. We're going to have people who have disagreements and don't understand brotherhood and sisterhood. Let it go. Right. Let it go. Are you never going to be able to enjoy a damn thing in your life? You think you're going to be able to deal with it, and you're not. And this day and time, when we celebrate the victory that the Most High gives us over our enemy, you better learn to let it go. Let it go. Other than that, you're going to be out there celebrating a goddamn Christmas tree. I promise you it's coming. If we do not learn how to let things go and be brothers and sisters and be with mirth, right? Through what? Read that verse again.
Come on, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 15.
This is what Solomon said. The wisest man, he could have asked the Lord for so many things, but he was empathetic to his brothers and his sisters that he asked for wisdom on how to judge them in their rights and their wrong, right?
Right.
That's a hell of a sacrifice. I don't need money. I want to know how I can help my brothers and my sisters.
Right.
And this is one thing that he observed for us as a nation of people. Read.
Then I commended mirth. Because a man hath no better thing under the sun.
Because he has what?
No better thing under the sun.
Ain't no other thing that's better under the sun, right? Not a goddamn Christmas tree. Not, you understand? Not some man, not some woman, not a goddamn car, right? This is what's nothing that's better than under the sun. Read.
Than to eat and to drink and to be merry. For that shall abide with him of his labor the days of his life.
All you want to do is be able to eat and drink and be happy for the work that you do. It's simple. Do you not just want to just have tears of joy just based off the work that you do? You ever I don't know, sisters may brothers, y'all too hardcore to really get this. Y'all just I don't know if I can get. I gotta ask the sisters, is that something that maybe your children, I know the sister's gonna relate to this. When you have your children, you ever looked at your child and maybe just shed a tear, or just seen a woman with a baby, and it's like a euphoria that you see what women have with each other when we talk about childbirth, right? All sisters understand the joys of childbirth, right? You see a sister go through it, or you there for a sister and she has a child and she holds that baby. Most women cry after they have a child. Right? If they don't cry, there's an auntie, or what you call them, a best friend somewhere, and y'all holding hands, and what do? Cry together. You ever cried together with a sister before? If you don't mind, when was the time that you cried together with a sister? If you don't mind sharing with the class, Baba Kashaw says. You mind? Give me an experience, Baba Kashaw.
It wasn't a good time.
It wasn't a good time.
Mm-mm.
All right, go ahead.
Not to give too much of the situation, but the sister was going through something.
Stop. Yeah. And you was a sister. That's what she needed. You understand? That's it. We don't need to know the details. We look at each other every single day, and you see and you observe somebody that may be going through something. Why did you shed tears?
because I was, I guess, felt the pain.
You felt what she felt.
Yes.
Well, guess what? As Black, Hispanics, Native Indian, when we talk about the suffering that our people go through, that's why we laugh and we cry. At some point, you let go, and guess what? I'm gonna feel what you feel. You understand? I'm gonna think the way that you think. We're gonna share the same sentiment. Like when you get brothers in the past, so if we start kissing each other, the holy kiss, brother, we feel what you feel. Right. I had a brother, we went through Hebrew Academy. This brother had 2 strokes, if I may. The brother made it through Hebrew Academy. And he walked up to me. You know what he did? He embraced me, and the brother cried for like at least 2 minutes. These brothers know who I'm talking about. Never had a real conversation with your brother, not one time. But for whatever reason, in that moment, we both knew that, guess what? We needed each other, man. We ain't gonna look at y'all brothers and sisters and realize that, guess what? We're all sharing the same goddamn pain. Right. So we should do what? We should laugh together, and we should what? Cry together. And in all that, we're supposed to do what? Have mirth, eat, drink, and what else? Read that verse again.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 15.
This is what Solomon said. He's a wise man, right? The Most High blessed him with a specific gift, and that's to have wisdom. And this is what he said. Read.
Then I commended mirth, because a man hath no better thing under the sun than to eat and to drink.
A man has no better thing under the sun. Meaning what? What is under the sun?
So like it's there on earth.
The earth. There's no better thing on earth. Read on.
And to be merry, for that shall abide with him of his labor the days of his life, which the Most High giveth under the sun.
This is what the Most High gave you. This is what he gave us. That's why we try to eat together. That's why we try to drink together. We try to do these things. And if you don't want to do it, then you don't want to be happy. You want to be stuck in your misery. We choose to do things like it's the same spirit of Christmas, if I may. I want my own goddamn ball. I want to enjoy my own life. I'm not concerned about nobody else. Well, you also not concerned what thus says the Lord either. Go ahead.
So like I said, I was going to get a definition of commend, if I may, Baba Kishar.
Please, Baba Kishar.
The second definition, it says to recommend as worthy of confidence or notice.
To recommend as confident as noted.
No, Salakia. And that's heavy that he said that, because this is what Solomon, being the wisest king that ever lived from our nation, with just period. This is what he recommended. Yeah. And it said that you think about that word commend is short for like, this is a commendable effort. It should be remembered.
It's to be remembered.
And the definition is to entrust for care or preservation.
For what?
To entrust for care or preservation.
Preservation. To eat, drink, and be married together, we preserve each other. Y'all understand what I'm saying? If you think you can go out here and eat by yourself, you be sad all by your goddamn self. You ever seen a solo drunk? You just look. I'm just gonna go ahead and claim this. I might as well. Solo drunk. You're not. But when you got 2 brothers drunk together, boy, me and Kawal, boy. We wreck shop. Me and Kawal wreck shop. You know it. Come past over time. If y'all ever been Kawal, you know what I'm talking about, right? You want me to tell them about the time? All right, most time. I ain't gonna. Kodam, you know. Yeah, you by my tin can. Oh, all right, yeah. I got my reel got me some special. She got some kind of glass thing this year. I'm gonna break it in real proper. You understand? I can't fool with Kawal though. But we're supposed to eat and drink together. We're supposed to. And in times like these, when out of all the things that are going on, Christmas and all these things that's around us, none of those things have nothing to do with the Lord. But us getting together, being able to eat and drink together is what Solomon said. There's no greater thing on the earth. That's what Solomon said. But you know what our problem is? We have that fear of missing out. You think it's something outside of that door that is better than what we're doing right now. If you're not tuned into these I.S.U.P.K classes, you think that there's something in the world is better than what you're doing right now. It's not. Had a sister today that I spoke to about Moorish Science Temple and, you know, becoming a sovereign citizen, all Egyptology. These are all the things that are outside this door. And they all sound good, but I'm gonna tell you something. Behind closed doors, those are some of the wickedest people I've ever seen in my life. You understand? They are wicked as hell, and they only out for their own glory. I'm telling you. Let me get the book of Romans 1 and 25, Baba Shaud. This is the problem with our people. The book of Romans 1 and 25. Let's get it. What time we got? Okay, we got one time. Okay, come the water. Come on, let's go.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 25.
Let's go.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
Who does what?
Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
Come on.
And worshiped and served the creature more than the creator.
You know what? See, in Israel, what is this called right here that I'm pointing at? What is this called? Anybody know? Come on, sis. A menorah, right? Now, how many candlesticks can this menorah hold? Right. So where the hell the 9 candlestick holder came from? Huh? Who came up with that? This is a 7 candlestick holder. This is in the Bible. You say the 7 in the midst of what? So where the hell the 9 candlesticks come from? Come on. The what? You know what they was doing? While we was watching they goddamn customs cutting the trees out, you know what they was doing? They was watching ours. And while we chasing them, trying to be like them, they was waiting on us to like, we're gonna keep on tricking these niggas. Right. And as soon as they step out the house, they like the 3, what's the Goldilocks and 3 little bears? Right. They sit around and watch you cook up your what the story is. The porridge, right? Yeah. So we in here cooking up, taking it for granted. Right. As soon as we walk out, Goldilocks. It had to be a little white girl. Right. Why it just go together. I don't know. Salaki, you know what I'm saying? The little white girl was trespassing, if I may. Right. She should have. Never mind. I go down the rabbit hole. We'd be all night. But she was wrong. Right. So as soon as we walk out of our house, here come Goldilocks, the little white girl. She come in and tasted what she wanted. Right. One bowl of purge was what? One bowl of purge was what? And the other powder was what? Just right. That's what the oppressor does. That's what he does. That's what he done to us. He came in and picked out all the things that he wanted, and he picked this right here. Right. And then they bastardize everything that we do, and they become our gods. And we begin to do their custom that goes against what? Our God. Right. Come on with it, Quadon.
Yeah, good night, man. That's so heavy that you say that out of while, because like you said, they know about all these other customs, but they picked that too hot custom. Yeah, it's like the Africans, right? Then they pick this other custom, which is even their own. It's too hot, but they get that Israelite custom, and it's just right out of one. Right here. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure that we gonna say that we are Jewish. That's anti-Semitic what y'all doing. But we're gonna be the real Jews. We're gonna be the real Semites.
And then they don't get it. Then they don't get it. Give Kodam a hand, Baba Shaud, man. And when you come up in here, man, you gotta have the real spirit of rebellion, if I may. You can't have the spirit of FOMO in the school of I.S.U.P.K, man. You gotta know that what you're doing, you are supposed to rebel against this empire. You can't have no rest thinking you're gonna do it your way. You'll never find any rest doing it your way. Come on with it, Aithan.
Okay. I had a precept.
Come on with it, brother.
Jeremiah 2:33.
Go ahead.
It said, "Why trimmest thou why trimmest thou thy way to seek love? Therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways." You know what I'm saying? Like, so we done tried to be like, you know, the heathens, so much so to a fact where, like, to a point where we done had these sellouts, right? And these sellouts done taught them, like you said, they looked at everybody else like they looked at theirs. Nah, they done did this for this long. They ain't never get nothing. They ain't never get nothing out of it. They looked at the Chinese man. They done did this for that long. They ain't never got nothing out of it. But then you look at so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and it's like, oh, these people was on top of the world when they obeyed their God. So let's take their laws and we're going to follow their laws and see what it do for us. And with them trying to follow our laws, it put them on top of the world.
Right. Give them a hand. Most High in Christ. Yeah, just yeah. There you go. Let me pull your hand back from this slow. There you go. They still ain't doing it. Oh, you know what that is. Yeah. Most High in Christ. Give the Lord a hand. They can still hear me. Oh, it's just rock and roll then. Yeah, they found a way to do it. Ain't that something? Yeah. Camera celebrate. And maybe the sword too. Let's rock on though. So where we at?
Romans 1:25.
Go ahead.
Serve the creature more than the creator. Who is blessed forever. Amen.
Read it again.
Oh, so like I said, this is the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever.
So guess what we've begun to do? We've begun to worship what? What does this mean? Somebody break this down for me.
So like you, sir.
Go ahead.
The first part being who changed the truth of God into a lie, being like saying God was born on Christmas or Jesus was born on Christmas.
Right.
And then and worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
Just turn the other camera around and make that the primary and make the other one the secondary. Wow, good show. You just turn it around. It should be 12. You can leave it right there. Yeah, and just make that the primary and leave the other one the secondary. All right, go ahead. Let's go.
So like I was saying, the first part being who changed the truth of God into a lie, being him being born on Christmas, and that's why they celebrate Christmas.
Right. Go ahead. What else?
And worship and serve the creature more than the creator. That'd be worshiping the Christmas tree.
Go ahead.
Be worshiping the Christmas tree.
Yeah, but why?
Oh shit. Because of the heathens.
Because of the heathens, right?
Go on, sir.
But what does it mean to worship the creature more than the creator? What does that mean? Come on, Quadon.
So like you said, to worship the creature more than the creator is worshiping, these things that the Most High created. You worshiping Caesar Borgia, you worshiping, a Christmas tree. You worshiping a damn dashiki, a ankh, instead of worshiping the one that created these things. Is the Most High. So
let's think about our athletes and our entertainers, right? LeBron James been playing in the NBA for how long? Almost 20 years, 19 years now, right? So, but we look at LeBron James, we be like, oh, LeBron James, he's so amazing. He's so athletic. He got so many gifts. But who should we really be thinking? Come on.
So like you said, worshiping the Most High that gave him them gifts.
Yeah, we got to say, give the Lord a hand for giving him, LeBron James those gifts. We say it all the time in the Christian church. Y'all ever hear them old Christian lady get up where they say, first I want to give honor to God, who's the head of my life. They had how to do it, Quadon. Who woke me up this morning. That's how they do, right? It started me on my way. She about to smoke a cigarette as soon as she get out there in that Cadillac. There's a soon as she gets to that Cadillac with that old peppermint and them red hot candies stuck in the bottom of that pocketbook. That's what she gonna be eating. And gonna smoke the Virginia Slims. So we have the zeal according to the Lord, but not according to what? Yeah. We talk all this nonsense about who the Most High is and what he blessed you with, but we don't do it according to the knowledge. No, we too busy watching the heathens thinking we're going to miss out on something, man. Read that verse again.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 25.
Come on.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
Go ahead.
And worship and serve the creature more than the creator.
Right.
who was blessed forever. Amen.
Most High in Christ. So we're gonna run this through right quick. I'm gonna tell y'all something. This is a family that didn't buy into the spirit of FOMO, if I may. This is a family who understood what's the point of us not following the other nations and keeping our customs. You understand? This is the time that we realize in the earth, all the other nations are going to fall into the spirit of FOMO as in celebrate Christmas. But we just went over why we should not celebrate Christmas, right? In the book of Jeremiah, and it had nothing to do with us, right? And we said the customs of these heathens are what? Vain, right? And we watched them do it, just like we see them eat bloody steaks, but yet and still we're going to order our steaks what? Well done, right? That's how we have to be. We have to be real revolutionaries when we talk about serving the Lord. You can't be regular. You can't be regular. You be regular, I guarantee you're going to come up with a couple knots on your head. Right. You can't do it the way you want to do it. You can't do it what's comfortable for you. It's never going to work that way. You have to do it what thus says the Lord. And guess what? You have to be happy with eating and drinking with your brothers and sisters. If you think you're too goddamn good to do that, then you're going to find yourself by yourself. I promise you, that's how it works. There's plenty of brothers out there and sisters that have thought they figured it out and realized that nah, that ain't what I want. I don't want to be out there by myself. If you want a family, then let's create a family. If you want peace, then let's create peace. You got to be the change that you want. Ain't that what we say, Kawal? Right. So Kawal gonna kick it, and we're gonna find out a family and how they held it down in these scriptures. All right, let them know where you at, Kawal.
The book of Maccabees, 2 Maccabees, chapter 7. We start verse 1.
Let's go.
It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken.
Hold on, so let the young man get it. Young man Lamont, right? Get a Lord of hand, man. Most High in Christ, man. Did you get something to eat, brother? Did you want something to eat? You can? You want? All right, we'll get you straight. Hey, you want something to drink too, right? There's no greater thing on the earth than to what? To eat and drink, right? And then what we said earlier, right? And to be merry, right? That's what we're here for, Lord willing. Let's get it.
2 Maccabees 7 and 1. You start at verse 1. Just read on down.
Nice, loud and strong, young man. Young man, Lamont.
2 Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 1.
A little bit louder. Let me say it again.
2 Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 1.
Just a little bit louder. Just a little bit. I want it.
You want it one more time?
Yeah.
Right. 2 Maccabees chapter 7 and verse 1.
Yeah. That's what I want to hear. Come on with it. Let go.
It came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh.
To taste swine's flesh. So that was a mother, right? And she had 7 children, right? And she had 7 boys, and they were taken. They weren't taken to have a party. They weren't taken to have a good time. They were taken to have them to go against the Lord. You understand? By doing what? Tasting what? Give a sister a hand. You all right? We here tonight then. All right. So the heathens took these brothers and sisters just for the purpose of watching them eat swine, right? To do their customs, which is pork, right? Read on, brother.
And were tormented with scourges and whips.
So they tormented them. They torment them with scourges and whips. These are scourges is a band of a twine wrapped together. Back in the day, we may have called them. They're similar to switches, if I may. Everybody, you ever heard of switches? You ever? Kodam, I'm sure you familiar with switches. Yeah. The old man, long time ago. You're a new brother now. But you know what a switch is. You ever heard it? That's what it sounds like, you know. So they tormented my brothers and my sisters with scourges and whips, right? Read on.
But one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us?
Right. So he's asking, what is it that you're going to get out of me? What? Eating what? I'm talking to my sisters. I'm gonna make sure we lock in, right? So this first one said, what are you going to learn from us eating what, sisters? Swine's flesh, right? Read on.
We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers.
So they saying they are ready to what? Rather than to eat what? And go against who? All right, read on, brother.
Then the king, being in a rage,
Mhm.
commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot.
So the king got so mad that they would not eat what? And not go against who? Right? He commanded them to light up cauldrons. Y'all cook, y'all know what cauldrons are, right? They're big old pots, right? They used to heat up and cook things, right? Large things. So the king is furious with them, right? Because they didn't want to follow him. Read on, brother.
Which forthwith being heated,
Mhm.
he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first.
So he wanted to cut the first one tongue out for even saying that he would not eat what? That's what the king wanted to do. The fact that he said he's not going to do it. Imagine your child saying, you know what, mama? The hell with what he's saying. I'm not eating no pork. And the king walk over to your son or your daughter, and they hold him down, they pull his tongue out his mouth. And because you spoke first, cut your goddamn tongue off. That's how serious we have to be about serving our God. Read on, brother.
And to cut off the utmost parts of his body.
So not only did he cut his tongue off, he cut his arms off, ears, all the utmost part of his body, right? For not eating what, sisters? Read on, brother.
The rest of his brethren and his mother looking on.
So not only did he have to endure that, imagine as a woman you watching that happen to your children. And then guess who's watching? His brother's watching. Read on.
Now, when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire.
Now he was still alive after all this. He's been beat, tongue cut out of his mouth. He's been dismembered, disfigured, and he was still sent to the cauldrons, right? All because he did not want to eat what? And go against who? Read on, brother.
And to be fried in the pan.
So they fried this brother in a pan. Earlier, you said you cried of a bad experience that you faced with a sister, right? So when we read these verses, you know what I'm thinking about in my mind? That mother and them brothers were out, they were mad as Salakia. Sugar, honey, iced tea. That's how we have to be for serving the Lord. This ain't no joke, y'all. If you think it's a joke, leave now. Get in the wrong places if you think this is a joke. I know I get kind of silly sometimes, but I am very zealous when it comes to doing this work. I promise you, I would not play. That's how we all have to be. Even when it comes to eating what? Or going against who? Go ahead, brother.
And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed.
So what the vapor of the pan, so the smell of it. Have y'all ever, I know y'all sisters cook a lot. I can tell these sisters be here cooking. But have you ever burned something in the oven? What happens when you burn something in the oven? It stays in the house, right? You have to open up all the windows to get the smoke out. So imagine somebody's burning flesh that is burning, and guess what? It's all in the goddamn air. You're smelling that burnt flesh, and that's your child. That ain't anybody. That's your child. And you watch them go through it. Read on, brother.
They exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus.
Let's get it. They all like, you know what? We gotta go. We gotta go. We all looking at each other like, that's what type of time the king on? Well, shit. I'm on it too then. Let's get it. Right. I want some of what he got. I want some of what my brother just got. The mother is looking at them like, yeah, let's get it, right? Those your babies. Think about your babies and what they may have to endure. Read on.
The Lord God looketh upon us, and in truth hath comfort in us, as Moses in his song.
And the truth has comfort in, as in Moses. You understand? They were referring back to their father, man, and the ways of serving the Lord. Read on.
Which witnessed to their faces, declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants.
Go ahead, brother.
So when the first was dead, after this manner, They brought the second to make him a mocking stock.
They brought the second child up to make him a mocking stock, right? Read on.
And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of thy body?
So guess what they did to this brother? They pulled his scalp back out. Huh? That's your baby. That's your son. That's your son. You know, young man David, right? That's your baby. Think about it. It's coming. This time is coming in the earth. But we're gonna have to make a decision that we're not gonna eat what? And serve who? Go ahead, brother.
But he answered in his own language and said, no.
He said what?
No.
He said what?
No.
I'm not celebrating Christmas. He said what?
No.
I'm not eating pork. He said what?
No.
I'm not going to put balls of gold and silver on his goddamn tree. He said what?
No.
I'm not going to celebrate Thanksgiving. He said what?
No.
He said no. Read on.
Wherefore he also received the next torment in order.
He received the next torment in order. Read on.
As the former did.
Just like his brother. Cut out his tongue too. Come here. You want to say no? Show you something, little nigga. Put him in the pan too. Read on.
And when he was at the last gasp, he said, thou like a fury takest us out of his present life. But the King of the world shall raise us up, who have died for his laws unto everlasting life.
This is glorious, man. His brother took his last breath. He said, you win this time. But guess what? I serve a God that's gonna make sure you gonna get what's coming to your black ass. It's a lock you for my language. You gonna get what's coming to you. You can have this one, right? You can enjoy this one, but I serve a God that got something coming for you. Read on.
After him was a third, made a mocking stock, and when he was required, he put out his tongue.
He did what?
Put out his tongue.
When it was his turn, he didn't wait. When it was the third son time, he didn't wait. He walked up there and like stuck his tongue out. He stuck his tongue out. He didn't wait for somebody. He did it willfully, right? That's how we have to be. Y'all don't understand. Like when it comes against this brotherhood and sisterhood, you got to be willing to go against it all. You got to risk it all, man. What the hell are you waiting for anyway? What you got to gain by holding on to your own little comfort zones? Your word is this goddamn big. This big. And the Lord wants us to look at the word like this when it comes to loving your brothers and your sisters. That's right. So this brother understood that. And he went on and stuck out his tongue. Read on.
And that right soon, holding forth his hands manfully.
You take my tongue and my hands. Because he's not willing to eat what? And go against who? Read on.
And said courageously, these I had from heaven, and for his laws I despised them, and from him I hope to receive them again.
So what do you despise? You don't despise a goddamn thing. You're doing whatever the hell makes you feel good for the fear of missing out. Christmas, New Year's, you desiring all. This brother say, take my hands, take my tongue. I'll get it back again with the Lord. You understand? Do whatever you got to do. I'll get it back. This ain't doing me no damn good anyway if I ain't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. My hands mean nothing if I can't be obedient. My tongue mean nothing if I'm not going to talk about the Most High. What are you talking about? What the hell are we talking about? ESPN? We talking about how LeBron James shot the next fadeaway jump shot? Use your mouth and your words to edify your brothers and your sisters, man. Use your hands to do the work for the Lord. Right? If you ain't doing that, then the brother said, we cut them off anyways. Go ahead, brother.
Insomuch that the king and they that were with him marveled at the young man's courage.
Oh, they said, oh man, this brother's something serious right here. He's something serious. Read on.
For that he nothing regarded the pains.
He ain't even worried about the pain. Go ahead. Some of us, a little bit of discomfort. You like, I don't know if I don't know if this U.P.K is the thing for me. It's not. I'll help you out. It's not. If you ain't totally convinced that this is home for you, then this is not home for you. When I came in here off the streets, and the brothers that came out the streets, I knew this was it for me. I knew this was it. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Right. If you don't understand, then you'll never understand. I knew this was it for me. Ayathan, did you know this was it for you? Awoyala, did you know this was it for you? Kwadam, did you know this was it for you? Kawal, did you know this was it for you? Bunker, y'all. Do I have to ask my sisters? You have to know it. You got to know it. And be willing to get your tongue cut off. And not eat what? For the purpose of who? Read on. Go ahead, brother. Salaki.
Okay. All right. Now, when the man was dead also, they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner. So when he was ready to die, he said thus, it is good, being put to death by men, to look for hope from God, to be raised up again by him.
It is good to die for the name of the Lord, man. It is good to die for the name of the Lord. What the hell are you waiting on? It is good to die doing this work. Read on.
As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life.
As for you, heathen, I'm gonna die for this work. But you don't even worry. I know what's gonna happen to you. I read what's happening to the heathens. Right. I read, and we read all the time. Don't we call? We talk about what? Give me the thing you always say. Geo-nuclear. What you always say? Say it like you mean it.
Geothermal nuclear destruction.
Yeah. So why you shooting our brothers and sisters in the back? We know what's going to happen to you, Kawal.
Geothermal nuclear destruction.
Yeah, while you putting up these goddamn Christmas trees and the Macy Day parade, we know what's going to happen to you. What?
Geothermal nuclear
While
destruction.
you're saying that Haiti is a shithole country, what do we know going to happen to you?
Geothermal nuclear destruction.
Oh, you got your time right now. Yeah, go ahead. You make mockery of the Lord's children. You say that you're the Jews of the Bible, which is a goddamn lie. Have your fun now. But we know. We know what, Kawal?
Geothermal nuclear destruction is coming.
Go ahead, brother.
Afterward, they brought the fifth also and mangled him. Then looked he unto the king and said, Thou hast power over men. Thou art corruptible. Thou doest what thou wilt. Yet think not that our nation is forsaken of God.
The nation of Israel is not forsaken of God. I'm looking at the nation of Israel right here in this room right now. The Lord ain't left us. You may look around and be like, man, I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the earth. The Lord got y'all, man. Each and every last brother and sister that's tuned in online, that's right now watching, the Lord is with the I.S.U.P.K. You're in the presence of the Lord each and every time that you turn on these classes and watch. You are in the presence of the Most High. Ain't no other place on earth like this. I don't give a damn what they told you. I don't give a damn what kind of rumors you've heard about all this. This is it. Read on.
But abide a while, and behold his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed.
Go ahead.
After him also they bought the sixth, who being ready to die said, Be not deceived without cause. For we suffer these things for ourselves, having sinned against our God. Therefore, marvelous things are done unto us.
Go ahead.
But think not thou that takest in hand to strive against God, that thou shalt escape unpunished.
Yeah, you got away with. You check this out, heathen. You're gonna get what's coming to you. All this is happening all because these brothers would not eat what? In the name of who? Y'all just read about these brothers, right? We're reading about these brothers, right? And what they're learning to deal with. So that one brother, that one sister who does not want to love you, then guess what you got to do? You better continue to love them. You better continue to love them. You understand me, right? And know that, guess what? The same thing that this brother right here knew. I'm going to love you. You ain't got to love me. I know who I am. I know what my purpose is. But when the Lord get ready to deal with you, I hope he has some mercy on you. But I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do by you, even if it means I have to die. Even if it means I have to get my what? Tongue cut out. Read on.
But the mother was marvelous.
The mother was what?
Marvelous.
The mother was what?
Marvelous.
Y'all raised children in here, right? Yeah, y'all done raised some nieces and some nephews, right? And you've seen and heard terrible things happen to them. The mother was what?
Marvelous.
She was yet marvelous, sis. She was yet marvelous. Yeah, so she was yet marvelous. No matter what she's been through, no matter what she's seen, she remained what?
Marvelous.
Y'all better remain the same way. The same way. I don't think any of us have seen our son's tongue get cut out their mouth. I don't think none of us have seen our sons missing their arms and bodies and smelling their flesh getting burned. Yeah, you done had your bumps in the road, right? We all done had our bumps in the road. But sisters, y'all better remain what? Read on. This is a story about how these sisters are going to have to be.
And worthy of honorable memory.
The sister was what?
Worthy and honorable memory.
Why? Because she understood what time it was, man. Sisters have value. I don't know if y'all ever, I know y'all hear about the rumors about the I.S.U.P.K don't care about sisters. We care about sisters. Why we're reading this story about this sister right now. If we didn't care about the sisters, then I'd be like, brother, don't read that. Don't even worry about even showing some sister some kind of mercy. You sisters have it. But guess what? You have to work for it. It's not easily given. It's not something you're going to get by, but just say, Shalom, you're not going to get it like that. And neither of the brothers are going to get it by saying Shalom, Yahweh, Shem, Shabrakatah either. You're not going to get it like that. Some things you're going to have to get what? Burn. Read on, soldier.
For when she saw her 7 sons slain within the space of 1 day.
And no, over a period of time. Go ahead.
She bare it with a good courage.
She bare it with a good courage. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine that. Some of our burdens are heavier than others, sisters. Some of our burdens are lighter than others. But I'm expecting that our sisters learn how to bear whatever that they're going through. Y'all better learn to bear it together. Y'all want the brotherhood that you see the brothers have? Our sisters, the brothers have to work on their brotherhood every goddamn day and learn to bear their burdens together, just like our sisters do. This sister was bearing the loss of her 7 sons right in front of her face, smelling their flesh, seeing their sons get cut out their mouths. All because they did not want to eat what, sis? Swine's flesh. Read on, brother.
Because of the hope that she had in the Lord.
She had hope in who?
The Lord.
Now the Christmas tree.
The Lord.
Now her whatever she felt like.
The Lord.
Her hot chip challenge.
The Lord.
Read on.
Yeah, she exhorted every one of them in her own language.
She exhorted her sons by Shem Yahawashi. She called her son's name out. All 7 of them. Seeing them die in front of her. She called their names out. And she exhorted them for what they did. For not eating what? Read on.
Filled with courageous spirits and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach.
So she stirred up her womanly thought. What are womanly thoughts? What would be a womanly thought at that time? Sisters, what would be a womanly thought? Yes. Yes. Not my babies. No. I can imagine the sisters going through that. I've been enough funerals to see people die, and I see how emotional our sisters can be. And it's a heavy thing to watch somebody go through that. You see the hurt and the anguish that they carry, right? She didn't do that though. She corralled her womanly thoughts, and she stomached it like a what?
With a manly stomach.
With a manly stomach. She swallowed it. She swallowed it. You know what she wanted to do, but she stomached it. Read on.
She said unto them,
and this is what she said. This is what this sister said, right? Y'all remember this, and we're gonna get up out of here. Read on.
I cannot tell how ye came into my womb. For I neither gave you breath. Neither was it I that formed the members of every one of you. But doubtless the creator of the world.
The what?
Creator of the world.
The creator of the world. Read on.
Who formed the generation of man. And found out the beginning of all things.
Go ahead.
Will also his own mercy give you breath and life again. As you now regard not your own selves for his law's sake.
Right. Read on. For whose sake?
His law's sake.
Right. You didn't regard your life for the Most High's sake. Read on.
Now Antiochus, thinking himself despised and suspecting it to be a respectful speech, whilst the youngest was yet alive, did not only exhort him by words, but also assured him with oaths.
Go ahead.
That he would make him both a rich and a happy man.
So there's one son left. He done seen all his brothers die. And the king said, you know what? Damn, man. I think I messed up. I think I did something that they ain't break. So the king said, you know what? I'm going to bless this last child since he here. I'm going to give him all the riches and everything that he want. Right. Y'all Salaki for moving on, but I just want to finish it. Y'all mind? We good? All right, go ahead.
If he would turn from the laws of his fathers.
If he'll do what?
Turn from the laws
if he'll
of
do
his
what?
Turn from the laws of his fathers.
The king just wanted him to eat what? And turn from who? Read on.
And that also he will take him for his friend.
And he became his man friend. Read on.
And trust him with affairs.
Sound like a nigga dream there, ain't it? That's all. Huh? He gonna seek and he get him for the spirit of what? Fear of missing out. And FOMO, right? He's trying to see if he gonna fold for the FOMO, right? Let's see what this young man done. Right? Read on.
But when the young man would in no case hearken unto him, the king called his mother and exhorted her that she would counsel the young man to save his life.
Go, hey, come here, sis. I just told you I'm gonna give you your last son. Go over there and talk to him. Go talk to him and try to save his life. Y'all understand what that? Go talk to your last son. If you love him, go talk to him. Yeah, right. Let's see what this sister did, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Salakia, I promise. Come on.
And when he had exhorted her with many words, she promised him that she would counsel her son.
She said, "You know what? I go and holler at him. I'm gonna go talk to him. Give me a second, King." Now, sister, be kiss. But she probably pissed off right now, right? Read on.
But she, bowing herself toward him, laughing the cruel tyrant to scorn.
You stupid ass. Go ahead.
Spake in her country language on this manner. O my son, have pity upon me that bare thee 9 months in my womb, and gave thee suck 3 years, and nourished thee, and brought thee up into this age.
Go ahead.
And endured the troubles of education. I beseech thee.
Y'all sisters know what that is, right? She endured the troubles of education. Some of y'all sisters know some of your children don't want to learn. Go in there and do your homework. Nah, I ain't doing that. Go in there. You raise them up. You try to get them to do their work. Sister, yes, so you know what I'm talking about, right? You don't want to do that work. Yeah, I ain't doing no homework. You have to endure that. A mother having to endure that with their children. That's a mother's thing. Y'all know that. The scripture's talking about it. Brothers, we ain't too much doing too much no homework. Go ask your mama, right? You know what I'm saying? Read on.
I beseech thee, my son, look upon thy heaven and the earth, and all that is therein, and consider that God made them of things that were not.
Go ahead.
And so was mankind made likewise. Fear not this tormentor.
Go ahead.
But being worthy of thy brethren, take thy death.
Take your death. Go ahead.
That I may receive thee again in mercy with thy brethren.
She know her son gonna rise again along with his brothers. Take your death, son. Read on.
While she yet speaking these words, the young man said, whom wait ye for? I will not obey the king's commandment.
Yeah, go ahead.
But I will obey the commandment of the law.
What does that mean, Uriah? Or y'all? I say you're right. Good night. Damn, that's old school. Dang. What does that mean? Now just talk to him. Let's go. What does that mean? What is this young brother saying to this king? Give him a hand. It's my turn now. I'm gonna do it just like my brothers do it. Right. Read on.
I will obey the commandment of the law that was given unto our fathers by Moses.
Go ahead.
And thou that hast been the author of all mischief against the Hebrews shall not escape the hands of God.
Stop. We're gonna get up out of here at that. That last son said, you know what? I'm gonna die just like my brothers. Right. But you, king, you won't escape the mischief that you done against the Israelites, against the Hebrews. Right. Y'all think about real love, real compassion, real empathy. It starts with us first. We got to be like this. We got to be just like this. Because I'm not your enemy. You understand? Bunky, y'all not your enemy. Young man Lamont is not your enemy. The enemy is just like this king right here. The enemy is the one that's telling you it's okay for you to eat pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. Right. The enemy is the one that's telling you it's okay for you to celebrate Christmas. Right. The enemy is the one that's telling you it's okay for you to believe a Christian or a Catholic. The enemy is the one that say, you know what? It's okay for you to hate your brother and your sister. That's the enemy that's out here. Well, we read about these brothers and sisters who was tongue had been ripped out of their mouths and they upper body dismembered and been fried in the goddamn skillet. And they all did it willfully for the name of the Lord. And they did not eat what? In the name of who? That's brotherhood. And brotherhood is synonymous with what? Give the Lord a hand. With that, I'm gonna turn the class over to preaching prophet of the Lord, Kwadam YAHANNA.
Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the leadership of Commander General YAHANNA. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. The upcoming Holy Convocation is what we're in now, which is the Feast of Dedications. We are in the third or fourth day. It will be the span of 8 days, and the closing is what, Saturday? Saturday sundown. Sunday sundown. Comic-Con. It says we have another Holy Convocation is the Passover. What is the 54th Passover? That's right. And Raleigh, North Carolina, get the Lord a hand for that, man. Most High in Christ. And that will be April the 1st, man. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, understand, come on down, man, and we going, up Purim, Salaki. It will be the Feast of Purim, Salaki. It says, remind our brothers and sisters to check the bulletin board, which is the bulletin board is, things we have like different cookouts and things like that. You understand? Then tune into Black Watch, Ask You the Prophets, Let a Hebrew Speak, Chain Breakers, man, to further help us push this truth, man. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, I imagine, meaning brothers stand, sisters, Yeshabian, meaning stay seated. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courtesy salute unto the teacher. Men of Israel, Amab Shabbat, I imagine. Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Yahimata, Sar, meaning turn and face the sisters. Sisters, I imagine, meaning stand by Bakashah. Men of Israel, we're going to give one courtesy salute unto the sisters. Men of Israel, Ma'av Shabbat, I imagine. Barak, Yahweh Shemal Atah Shem Yahweh Shah. Yahimata, class dismissed.